back. Today I actually just got these and a few more things are still coming in, but welcome to this unboxing of the Yoko flight yoke, as well as the basically turboprop and Cessna style throttle quadrant. I'm going to go through, unbox everything real quick, and we will start to go over things. So, here goes. Alright, I'm going to move these two off the side and we're going to get to the heart of the matter and pull out the yoke. So the Yoko is packaged quite nicely in a little floating bed of foam. We're going to start pulling things out. It looks like this is just a direct lift. That is kind of scary to do, just because you have to trust the foam. Or you could probably reach in and grab something else. A couple instructions on assembly from Virtual Fly. We're going to move this off the table for now and continue. To get in, that is decently secured, so we're going to start at the back. And this is not heavy, but quite robust. Comes with a little box. This is actually the first time I'm seeing it, so seeing everything you are. Little screws with some knobs, a desk clamp, and the USB. So, just right off the bat, everything feels phenomenal. The twist is really good. The buttons are very tactile. These are silent. Trim up, down. Little hat switch here. Autopilot disconnect. PTT. Push to talk. Yes, trim up, down, trim left, right. That looks like everything. It just feels phenomenal so far. Feels really strong, really robust. This mount is really heavy duty. It looks like it is probably actually steel instead of aluminum. They give you a set of knobs. I'm assuming it's either to screw this down, probably to screw this down. And a USB cable, looks like a 2 meter or 6 feet. 1.8 meters, so 5 feet. Doing a quick look around, there is a single USB port in the back. And there are 4 mounting holes in the bottom so that you can screw it directly down into a desk for a more solid and robust solution. So far, just from handling this a little bit, the yoke feels phenomenal. It's solid and sturdy construction. So far, it's proven really cool. So, I'm going to move this over real quick and we're going to open up the accessories. Alright, coming over from the yoke, we have the Cessna style Throttle Quadrant. It has a small baggie of tools, USB cord, some instructions, and then on the very top we have the mount, very similar to the other one, also feels like it's made out of steel, and some foam. And then, packaged very securely in there actually, is the Throttle Quadrant. Now this thing is huge. That's gigantic. So these guys have little locks on them, so you actually have to push the button, bring it in, bring it out. It's as simple. The throttle, not so much, but it does have some spinnies, and it seems, yep, you can actually change the stiffness of it using this small little collar here. So there's probably some kind of collet in there. Coming around the box, on the front it says the throttle, push to open, the prop, push, inc RPM. So push in for RPM basically, mixture, pull to lean. And that is what it really starts with. Coming around the back here, we have a very hidden, very recessed USB, so once you plug it in, it's not going to be damaged. Coming around to the bottom, we have 4 screw holes and your serial information, as well as the bottom access This feels a lot like what you've seen in aircraft. So when you actually go in, you see all the doors, you see all the panels. This feels and looks exactly like the same aircraft grade aluminum. This is also where you will mount your bracket. So place bracket on there. Comes with 4 screws that you put in there using provided Allen wrench. So just like the Yoko Yoke, the Throttle Quadrant feels incredibly smooth. It's very simple, very easy to use. Everything is nicely locked down. The travel is phenomenal. There is full screw motion for very fine adjustments, or you can actually press the lever and hop over the threads. That is phenomenal. With the throttle, it's just very simple, in and out. Finally, we have the throttle quadrant. On top, we have a little bit of information that goes with it. Information on securing the actual yoke down. There is a very nice set of construction of pieces of foam that I somehow have to figure out how to get out. They are very tightly in there, which is a phenomenal thing. So, we're going to try grab everything at once. So, in case you were curious, it is quite literally suspended in foam. So, there is pretty much no chance that I can see of this getting damaged. Or accidentally coming out. The foam just pulls off. You do have to go a little forward backwards with it. You have to be careful with the bracket. And line up the prop. Pull off the side piece mixture. And we have our throttle quadrants. So, again, there are some mounting pieces for the bracket. Lots of foam. But from just this little bit, these feel phenomenal. They have a manual tensioning, so that way you can actually tighten or loosen all the tension. There's also one on this side for the mixture. You have your standard power prop and mixture, as well as cutoff, which really throws in there. When you go into reverse, you will know the reverse. You also have degrees of reverse, which is very nice. That appears to be an actual axis, so you can go all the way down, pop it into reverse, and then actually smoothly go into reverse rather than just have an all or nothing binary switch. They feel phenomenal. These are just fun to play with. The caps feel metal. They are very solid, very robust. The body is definitely metal. The only part of that I can tell that is plastic are these little knobs on the outside, and that doesn't appear to be an issue whatsoever. There is an integrated USB cable in the back, but these things are solid. There are 4 little feet on the bottom, as well as supplied 4 little screws for the mounting hardware. Now that we've got all these toys out, I'm going to go hook them all up, and we're going to go do some flying, test them, see how they do. Here we go. So calibration is super easy. All you do is plug everything in, hit calibrate now, move every device through its full range of motion, pretty standard. All you do is push in the buttons on both the prop and the mixture to move them freely. Next, don't touch them. Doesn't really matter where the center is because there isn't really one. The next one we have is the Yoko. Let's calibrate this. Pitch. It is incredibly stiff on the very end. Yeah, on the very end of both of these, very stiff. But this all-metal frame makes it so you can actually grab and really twist. There's a nice thumb rest there. let go, and finish. So, this is on the view hat. This one is going to be basically go through and map everything. Alright, we are all loaded up in X-Plane. Let's get going. Alright, much better. Let's get going. Pull the mixture slightly. And taxi out real quick. We don't have flaps anywhere. One thing I kinda wish we had. Trim, but no flaps. Pull the mixture out slightly. Looks like no wind, so this will be easy. So I hope it goes. Alright. Lining up. And we are 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. Smoothly advancing, full watching. On the right side. Oh, that's weird. I'm so used to pushing forward. Extra mixture. Pumps are pretty good. We are just into a decent speed. And off the throttle. Pulling back just a little. Oh, that's weird. It just flies. It just flies. It's just going up. Like a little bit of throttle. That's so weird. It's super easy to make any real adjustment. All these really small ones, super easy to make. Okay, 30 degrees of bank. We're way below where we should be. Let me know what angle that was. We're gonna turn north. Turn around, come back, land. Super quick, super easy. Just kind of checking some very basic characteristics. Trim. I actually like that quite a lot. It's super easy to use. Kind of flicks through it. Oh, that's nice. Full mixture. EGTs are tanking, which is not a bad thing. I'm going to start pulling it back. Make sure that we are not going to exceed oil pressure. Not going to over temp it, that would be very bad. Make sure we don't do either of those. And we're going to leave it there for a minute. Start coming around. Hands back on the throttle. We are gonna start doing our landing procedure, which coincidentally is full forward on the mixture. Turn around so we line up with the runway, start pulling power out. We are in fact going a little too quick, that's a little too much power out though. Don't know where the runway is, so it's gonna be an adventure. There's the runway. I gotta trim it. Fortunately, I have small hands, so this trim is actually really hard to hit. I have to very consciously reach up there, get my hands in a good place for it. I would prefer if it was just a little smaller, then you wouldn't have the torque for it. So, benefits some ways, benefits other ways, etc. Ooh, it's so weird flying with the power this way. The yoke is incredibly responsive. Very easy to maintain, well, anything you really want. Put in extremely precise movements. And pulling out the power. Flare. Oh wow, you really feel it. Like when you go all the way back, you really feel it. That's impressive. That is very impressive. Alright, I'm going to switch this module over for the Throttle Quadrant, and we're going to go fly the King Air because that is a twin engine aircraft. I'm gonna swap over real quick, and we'll be back in just a second. So to fly this guy, we're gonna have to actually be a little more careful. Brakes off. Run to beta. Super idle. Forward. Pull the props back just a, or the mixture back just a little bit. We're gonna do the same thing. I'll meet you guys on the runway. Alright, we are at the runway. Get this party started. Props full. Mixture is just a smidgen back because we're at high altitude. We're gonna line up on the runway. We're gonna 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato this puppy. And 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. Let's go. Smoothly advance the throttles all the way forward. Geez, that's a long way forward. The amount of throw to those are insane. Compared to the SciTech, they are way different. Hold the nose down just a smidgen. Make sure we don't lift off too early. Wanting to fly. The yoke. You ready? He is ready. Need some trim. You're up. Here's up. And a right hand turn. Can't see a thing. Here, props. Back the mixture a smidgen. Such a powerful aircraft. Oh, look, a rain shower. Avoid that. But just the throttles are woo. Turbulence? That was turbulence. Turbulence. Quick control surface check. It's there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we're just fine. We're just hitting a little turbulence. Turn her around. Down so we can see it. Drop the gear. Start our trim. .30 degrees of bank. Wow. So I'm really having to pull on this thing. It's comfortable. It's definitely doable, but you really do have to pull. Looking for an airport. There's an airport. We are not even close to the runway though. See if we can't fix that. Get ourselves a little bit more in trim. Here we don't stall it. Yes, undercarriage is down. Mixture minus a smidgen. Props are full fine. Falling out of the sky. There you go. Jeez. When you have to do really large movements in this thing, you really notice it. It is heavy, so you have a very, very good feeling between actually pulling on the yoke and adjusting throttles. But flying properly, you have a really good connection. That makes sense. Probably not. Whoop! Got some sinker over the runway. That'd probably be a go around if you got a sinker like that. We're here. We're definitely here. Not my best landing. I would like to do a go around, but that's just a very quick intro. Reversers. Ooh, she stops pretty quick with reverse. Drives a little funny though. Beta or neutral. a little bit forward is phenomenal. So cool. Alright guys, hopefully you like seeing me set up this guy, seeing a quick intro of it. Definitely come back again next time. Things are gonna have hopefully changed a little bit on all this setup. So, as always, thank you guys for joining, and we will see you in the next episode.